Hello, everyone. Get ready for a thrilling journey into the mind of a genius and a monster. Today, we're diving deep into The Silence of the Lambs, true masterpiece. This movie isn't just a film. It's a masterclass in suspense, psychology, and unforgettable performances. If you love psychological thrillers and want to understand how a film can perfectly blend horror and intellect, then this is for you. We'll break down its gripping plot, explore why it's considered a masterpiece, and even learn some cool English words. Stay tuned because this will be incredibly insightful and, frankly, a little chilling. First, let's talk about the plot. This film unfolds like a complex chess game, designed to keep you on the edge of your seat. Our story begins with Clarice Starr, bright but green FBI trainee. She's called upon by Jack Crawford, head of the FBI's Behavioral Science Unit, for a very unusual and dangerous assignment. Crawford needs her to interview the notorious, highly intelligent and extremely dangerous serial killer, Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Why Lecter? Because there's another serial killer on the loose, known as Buffalo Bill, and the FBI believes Lecter, with his brilliant but twisted mind, might hold the key to understanding Buffalo Bill's psychology and catching him. Buffalo Bill is a truly gruesome killer. He kidnaps young women, murders them, and then, in a horrifying twist, skins them. His motive is bizarre and disturbing. He wants to create a woman's suit from their skin, driven by a profound desire to become a woman himself. The FBI is desperate to stop him before he claims another victim. Clarice's mission is simple on paper: get information from Lecter. But nothing with Lecter is ever simple. From their very first encounter, it's clear this isn't just an interview. It's a psychological battle. Lecter, imprisoned in a maximum security cell, immediately sees through Clarice's tough exterior to her vulnerabilities. He begins to play mind games, offering cryptic clues about Buffalo Bill in exchange for personal information about Clarice. He wants her deepest fears, her most painful memories, her childhood traumas. He demands to know about the lambs, referencing a traumatic event from Clarice's past, where she tried to save lambs from slaughter, an experience that has haunted her ever since. The film beautifully, or perhaps terrifyingly, shows how these two incredibly different minds, one a brilliant but compassionate young woman, and the other a refined cannibalistic psychopath, engage in a dance of wits. Clarice needs Lecter's insights, and Lecter enjoys the intellectual challenge Clarice presents, as well as the opportunity to delve into her psyche. As their twisted relationship develops, Lecter gives Clarice more pieces of the puzzle about Buffalo Bill. These aren't direct answers, they are riddles, psychological profiles, and subtle hints that require Clarice's intelligence to decode. The tension is palpable in every scene they share. Anthony Hopkins as Lecter delivers a performance that is both terrifying and utterly captivating. He's only on screen for about 16 minutes, but his presence looms over the entire film. His calm, precise voice and piercing gaze create one of the most memorable villains in cinematic history. Jodie Foster as Clarice matches him every step of the way, portraying a character who is vulnerable yet incredibly strong, determined, and intelligent. She's now in a male-dominated world, facing not only the horrors of serial killers, but also the subtle sexism and condescension from some of her male colleagues. Her acting truly brings out the emotional depth and resilience of Clarice. Eventually, Clarice uses Lecter's fragmented clues to piece together Buffalo Bill's identity and location. She takes a courageous step, going to a house she believes might be Buffalo Bill's lair. This leads to a terrifying confrontation in a dark, creepy basement. Clarice, alone and without backup, finds herself face to face with Buffalo Bill. In a heart-pounding sequence, she manages to save Buffalo, Bill's latest captive, Catherine, and ultimately kills Buffalo Bill. This moment is a huge triumph for Clarice, symbolizing her personal victory over her past traumas, her silence of the lambs. She has finally silenced the screaming lambs of her childhood by saving Catherine. But the story doesn't end there for Lecter. During Clarice's investigation, Lecter, in a shocking and meticulously planned escape, manages to break free from his confinement. The movie concludes with a chilling phone call from Lecter to Clarice. He asks her, "Have the lambs stopped screaming, Clarice?" This question is loaded with meaning, referencing her deep-seated trauma and her journey to overcome it. He assures her he has no plans to pursue her, as the world is a much more interesting place with Clarice in it. However, he ominously mentions that he's about to have an old friend for dinner. hinting at his continued predatory nature and his next target. The ambiguity of this ending is one of the many reasons why the film remains so powerful and unsettling. Now let's talk about why. The Silence of the Lambs is so revered and considered a masterpiece. First, it's a brilliant psychological thriller. The film doesn't rely on jump scares or excessive gore. Instead, it builds suspense through psychological tension, intelligent dialogue, and the exploration of the darkest corners of the human mind. The conversations between Clarice and Lecter are mesmerizing, full of subtext and power dynamics. You're always wondering who is truly in control, who is manipulating whom. The film's ability to make you feel uneasy without showing explicit violence is a testament to its masterful direction and screenwriting. It forces the audience to confront their own fears and anxieties, making it a truly immersive experience. The performances are simply phenomenal. Anthony Hopkins' portrayal of Hannibal Lecter redefined the villain. He is terrifying not because of his physical strength, but because of his intellect, his cunning, and his utter lack of empathy. He's charming, articulate, and terrifyingly polite, which makes his monstrosity even more disturbing. Jodie Foster's Clarice is equally iconic. She's not a superhero, she's a flawed, determined woman who uses her intelligence and bravery to face unimaginable horrors. Her vulnerability makes her relatable, and her strength makes her admirable. The chemistry between these two actors is electric, even though they share very few scenes. It's their psychological connection that drives the narrative. Another key aspect of the film's greatness is its timeless appeal. Even decades later, it continues to captivate new audiences. The themes it explores trauma, good versus evil, psychological manipulation, and the resilience of the human spirit are universal and enduring. The title itself, The Silence of the Lambs, is open to multiple interpretations, adding to its richness. It can refer to Clarice's childhood trauma, the voiceless victims of serial killers, or even the broader societal silence surrounding difficult truths. The film's nuanced approach to these themes makes it a subject of ongoing discussion and analysis. In conclusion, The Silence of the Lambs is much more than just a horror film or a thriller. It's a profound exploration of human psychology, a showcase of incredible acting, and a masterclass in suspenseful storytelling. It's a film that stays with you long after the credits roll, making you ponder the darkness and light within us all. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it, but be warned, it's not for the faint of heart. It's a film that will challenge you, thrill you, and leave you thinking. This film is a true cinematic achievement, earning it a place in the pantheon of great movies.